pain, especially for beginners. So one thing you can do is kind of isolate one leg, like pin his leg in a way that he can't move it. Imagine if your leg was just totally frozen like this and you can't move it, and now you have to play guard against me with one leg. That would be more difficult, right? Good. Roughly twice as hard, I would say. So I think that's a great way to start for someone who's a beginner, and it kind of teaches a concept overall where isolating one leg and kind of pinning it and immobilizing it, even one arm or any limb really, if you just pin one of them, it gives them half of their tools to work with. So let's come back to that lapel. Let's rotate you this way here. Slippery mat's coming in handy. So look what I'm going to do. I'm kind of in combat base position, right? This is called combat base, and you can think about it like the name is very indicative of what it is. It's kind of the base you want to be at when you're in combat, because it kind of keeps balance. This knee's going to protect you from triangle chokes or closed guard or any sort of hold he's going to put on me. So from here, I'm pretty safe. As long as I'm not extending my arms through for him to grab and get control, I can kind of just play here for a second. But I'm going to reach under his leg, and I'm going to grab this lapel. And now, the only tricky part about this is I need to switch the grip like this. And it's hard to grab it immediately like this. You can do it, but most people, they grab like this and then they have to switch it like this, because this is going to be our pushing power. So if you want to just take a shortcut, grab it palm up. But what you'll find is when people are wriggling around, it can be hard to get that palm up grip, so you have to go palm down. And then once we bring it up here, we're going to switch it a little later. But just to make things simple, let's go palm up. I'm going to bring that in front of your leg here, and look how I kind of use my palm on it like this. And now right here, you have a lot of space still. But the nature of this grip, you can kind of think about it like a ratcheting strap. And the more I push this close to you, the harder it's going to be for you to extend away again, because there's a lot of friction that builds up around here. So you can see I'm already kind of pinning his leg like this. So look, I've created a loop around the lapel, and I kind of pin that to his chest. Now, just make sure you don't let this hand slip off or everything falls apart. So once I get this grip here, kind of use my knee and the whole weight of my body to drive into him like this. And what you'll see is if he tries to shoot a triangle or anything that could potentially submit me, he can't anymore. So this is fantastic for beginners, because if you can secure this grip, it's going to keep you safe from all of the submissions. Chokes, arm locks, triangles, just this grip can keep you pretty safe. So even if you don't have the experience to kind of see those things coming, you have this sort of defensive shield with this lapel here. But it's not just a great defense, it's also a great offense. So as I start to put my hips in the air and lean into this, like this, you can see how if you try and extend that left leg, it's pretty much totally stuck. And in fact, even if you really force it, I'll give you some slack, it just kind of rotates your hips over in that direction, which is good for me, because as you resist and do that, I can get underneath this leg right here. Now normally this would be bad news, right? I don't want to have my arm on the inside, I could get triangled. But when I have this grip, I'm actually safe, and it provides a nice distraction, because you're going to be thinking, oh, I'm going to get this triangle, but as the beginner that I am, but I have this one secret trick that I learned on Fix My Game that's keeping me safe. So from this position, I want to get underneath this leg here, and my goal is to actually pass the grip to this hand. So now we've got like a looping figure 8 thing going on here, right? So try and stay with me. I know we just did a grip switch, and that's when things can get a little confusing. So I just went from here to here. But now the great thing about this is I'm safe from any triangle attack, safe from any of those attacks. And now the more he moves around to try and recover his guard, you'll see that I have incredible control over his hips, and I can really drive my weight into him here like this. Now even still, especially if you're more of a less experienced person, more of a beginner, you're not going to be able to pass any like brown belt, black belts guards with this. They're going to be resisting and stopping you by pushing on my hip and keeping me away. And because I don't have like a super tight control, I might not be able to wriggle them around. But what I can do is I'm just going to push really hard in this direction. And when he resists hard, a lot of times they'll even put this leg on this side to really try and get me off so that I don't pass his guard like this. But look at this grip. All I'm going to do is stack, stack, stack. But then I pull him this way. Look at this. So now his legs get all tied up. And if you try and recover back towards me again, you can't anymore. Yeah. So we reached the end of the road. We basically completely immobilized him. We've almost like hog-tied him with his own lapel. And then from this position, we can just put pressure, and he's not going to be able to get that leg back. And he can't get his hips off the ground to do more of like a traditional guard recovery where he kind of goes up on his shoulders and comes back, right? So again, from here, grabbing through like this. I want that palm up, if possible, and start driving it through. Now from this position, it doesn't just have to be on this side, it can be across as well. The more I go across his neck, the better it is for me also, because then I have the opportunity to even switch my grip. I can put this one in, like this, and still I'm safe from the triangle. He can shoot the triangle, but as long as I kind of keep that arm straight, I'm gonna be in an okay spot. And this is what's annoying for upper belt. My students do this to me all the time, and I'm just like, why did I teach you guys this? It's so obnoxious. But look at this, I can even like start reaching around his head, grabbing the lapel here like this. We can get really crazy with chokes if we want to. That's the thumbnail right here.